Welcome to today's edition of 3 Minute Halacha. We know that the bracha for wine is Borei Priagafen. What is the bracha for distilled wine, known as brandy or cognac? First, a little background. Distillation is essentially the process by which liquid mixtures are separated by heat. Water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit, and alcohol boils at 173 degrees Fahrenheit. In the case of a brandy, wine is heated in a still, which is a specialized tank that is heated just enough to turn the alcohol in the wine into steam, which is then captured and condensed. Done enough times, you can collect a liquid that is 95% pure alcohol, referred to as neutral spirits or Everclear. Because alcohol distillation involves cooking at high temperatures, the end product, even though it started as wine, is mevushal. So while the base materials used to make a brandy are subject to the laws of stam yayin, meaning that a non-Jew can't be part of the process, nor can a non-Jew pour the wine, the final product is different. Thus, there's no fundamental problem with having non-Jews handle or pour brandy. But what about the bracha? If all you get is a neutral spirit, isn't it a shahakol and not hagafen, even though it comes from wine? That actually is the position of the Noda B'Yehuda and Yoredea Siman Chavav, that you make a shahakol on cognac or on brandy. Nevertheless, there is no question that the original wine is intrinsic to the unique flavor of the brandy. This, in the end, perhaps is the reason to be stringent. The brandy may be different from wine, but the flavor and the character of the wine are still very much a part of the brandy. Rather than trying to separate the flavors of the wine from the brandy, when you distill wine to get brandy, it's done at the lowest possible temperature so that the vapors contain as high a proportion as possible of the compounds in the wine that define its flavor. In the end, brandy is approximately 40% alcohol. Obviously, therefore, much of the substance of the original wine remains, even though it is in a concentrated form. That's the reason that the Moruk Tzia in Chafbet writes that the bracha for brandy, which he calls yayin saraf, from the word brandy wine, which means burnt wine, is hagafen, since the distilling process improves, according to him, the taste of the wine. Interestingly, in Orchot Rabbeinu, it is reported that this too was the custom of the Chazon Ish, to make a Borei Pri Hagafen on brandy that comes from wine itself. However, the common custom is only to make a shahakol on cognac and other brandies such as that, and that's the position of the vast majority of poskim today.